Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Martha from Martha Is. Today's video is part 3, yes you've heard that right, part 3 of my February book haul because I have been somewhat out of control. Although actually that's not fair. So, the first two parts, which I will link down below, there was a lot of books I was very kindly gifted by publishers and by friends and family. So really it's only this part which is, you know, the ones I bought, so it could be worse, she says to herself. Let's just crack on. So if you've seen my last video, which was my February wrap-up part 2, you may remember that my favourite book by far was The Kiss Quotient, which was amazing. A romance, breezed through it in under a day. It was super sexy, super romantic. I was really into it. So pretty much immediately, in fact I don't think I'd even finished the book, I ordered the second in the series, which is called The Bride Test. So this one I'm less sure about, only because upon reading it now, it's not a direct sequel in terms of it's following one of the other characters who was a very kind of minor character in the first book, and his relationship with a girl. So I'm not sure how that's going to work, but Roxane Gay, called The Kiss Quotient, sexy and sensitive. So I'm hoping that... I was hoping that she'd actually reviewed this one as sexy and sensitive, so I was going to say this means this is sexy and sensitive. Hopefully it's still sexy and sensitive. We shall see. Next I have Mooncakes. So again, if you've watched my last video, I've already read and reviewed this. I really enjoyed it. I would really recommend it. So yeah, don't need to spend any more time on that. Go buy it. Continuing on with the graphic novel theme, which has been my basic theme for the whole of February, is this one. It's called Rolling Blackouts. This is another one that I picked up in Brighton at Dave's Comics. So Rolling Blackouts is about, so it says dispatches from Turkey, Syria and Iraq. So I'll read you the first part of the blurb. Cartoonist Sarah Glidden accompanies her two friends, reporters and founders of a journalism non-profit, as they research potential stories on the effects of the Iraq War on the Middle East, and specifically the war's refugees. Joining the trio is a childhood friend and former Marine whose past service in Iraq adds an unexpected and sometimes unwelcome viewpoint in the eyes of the people they come across, and perhaps even their own. So I thought this just looked really interesting. So again, if you saw my last video, I was talking about The Wolf of Baghdad, which was about Jewish, Iraqi Jews in Baghdad and their history. So I'm kind of really interested in anything to do with the Middle East, really. And it seems to be there's quite a few graphic novels on that subject, which I think is a really useful and accessible way of learning about a subject that you know nothing about. It's kind of like a starter, I guess, because graphic novels are so easy to read and so easy to access. So yeah, I will let you know if I read that one soon and how I get on with it. Then we have a gift from my lovely husband, Notes on a Nervous Planet by Matt Haig. So Matt Haig's probably most famous for Reasons to Stay Alive, which I read a number of years ago, which was about his experience with depression and anxiety and attempted suicide or suicidal intentions. And that book had a real impact on me, actually. So I suffer from anxiety. I've never suffered from diagnosed depression, but I certainly have had experiences of feeling very, very low and kind of going in that direction of contemplating taking my own life, but not in a kind of serious way. But it actually really... Reasons to Stay Alive was a really amazing book. It's short, it's easy to read. Obviously it's on a difficult subject, but I think it's really powerful, really impactful. And I think at the time I was kind of starting to struggle again with my anxiety, and it really helped me. It really felt like someone understood how I was feeling. So I would really recommend Reasons to Stay Alive. But so then this is his other non-fiction, Notes on a Nervous Planet. And so this is interesting. It's about looking at sleep, news, social media, addiction, work and play. Matt Haig invites us to feel calmer, happier, and questions the habits of the digital age. This book might even change the way you spend your precious time on Earth. So that is not a small topic to tackle, and it's not a very big book, but yeah, I'm certainly interested in that. So I think if I remember correctly, my husband picked it up. Because certainly Matt Haig was saying a lot of things on social media in the aftermath of Caroline Flack's sad death. So I think this sounds really interesting. Certainly, as someone who is currently recording a YouTube video, is trying to be active on Instagram and blogs. You know, a lot of social media and all of that kind of thing can really take over. I know I don't always get enough sleep, so this sounds very interesting. I mean, if it's basically just going to say you need to sleep more and spend less time on social media, that's probably not revolutionary, but hopefully it's got a bit more nuance than that. Then we have another gift, which is a really lovely surprise. So I met up with one of my best friends for dinner, and we hadn't had a chance to see each other for nearly a month, which is insane. And so this is the book that she gave me, just because. Fierce Fairytales by Nikita Gill. So I've not read any Nikita Gill, but I've definitely saw a lot about her more recent book, which the name has deserted me. I think it's something to do with like myths and legends, or Greek myths and legends, or something like that. Some people on Instagram seem to absolutely love it. So I've heard good things. Sorry, I don't know why I've suddenly got all coldy. I've heard really good things about Nikita Gill, essentially, and this sounds really interesting, very exciting. And well done, Rosa, for finding me a book that I don't already own. And then finally, the last three that I want to talk about, which I purchased literally on the last day of February, which is kind of why I actually put off doing this part 3, because we were going to see my husband's family in Marlow in Buckinghamshire, and there's this really cute little independent bookshop called the Marlow Bookshop. So I was kind of like, I feel like I'm going to go there and I'm going to buy books. So there's no point in recording part 3 until I've done that. And I did. So I picked up Oranges Are Not the Only Fruit by Jeanette Winterson. I read Jeanette Winterson with her Christmas stories at Christmas and really, really loved them. And it reminded me that I really want to read more of her work. So I'd heard that Oranges Are Not the Only Fruit was fiction, but heavily influenced by her life. And then she wrote Why Be Happy When You Could Be Normal, which is a memoir, which covers, I think, similar themes. So I thought it would be interesting to read the fiction first and then read the memoir, and kind of see how the two overlapped. So essentially, Jeanette Winterson was adopted by a very religious woman, and that kind of impacted her childhood. And also, Jeanette Winterson is gay, and obviously that gay and Christianity doesn't always go down very well. So those two things kind of interacted. And then this is a fictional story. The main character is helpfully called Jeanette, so I'll be interested to see like what's actually fiction and what's not. But yeah, so I've heard good things and it's quite short, so hopefully I'll get to that soon. The next book that caught my eye is this one, My Past is a Foreign Country. So this is all about the author Zeba Talkhani, apologies if I butchered that, and her experience of growing up in Saudi Arabia amid patriarchal customs, and her journey to find freedom in India, Germany and the UK. So I thought that sounded really, really interesting. And I look forward to getting to that soon. And then the final bit that caught my eye as I was on my way to the till, trying valiantly just to pay for my 2 books, I saw a third that I had to pick up and buy, which is this book is Anti-Racist by Tiffany, Jewell and Aurelia Durand. So this, I think, is probably more aimed at, it's kind of educational. So there's a quote here that says, a book that brings together kids, families, teachers and administrators in conversation. So it's about giving, so young people will feel empowered to stand up to the adults in their lives. This book will give them the language and the ability to understand racism and a drive to undo it. So, yeah, I mean, I was not going to lie, I was really drawn in by the colours. I love, bright colours, and I thought that's always a really good way to attract people, to get them interested in the subject. And then I saw it, so yesterday, hopefully you've seen, if you follow me on Instagram, that I am one of 5 women who have launched a book group called Do the Work Book Club, and it's all about reading more diversely, choosing books that maybe you don't see as much on Instagram by authors of colour, and trying to really do the work of anti-racism and unlearning our biases, because it's recognising that we often expect people of colour to do the work for us, to educate us, and then often when they try to do so, the spaces they're doing them in are not always safe for them, and they encounter prejudice, they encounter white fragility, which is a concept I've been learning about more recently with books such as Me and White Supremacy. So kind of all of that came together, and we all kind of shared a desire to do something about it, to be part of the change and do the work ourselves and not expect other people to do it for us. And so the way we want to do that is by reading and encouraging other people to read books by authors of colour, and to talk about them, and to also really use our platforms to amplify reviews from own voices reviewers, so that it isn't just us as white women and our thoughts on the books, it's platforming the voices of those who have more direct experience, and then also encouraging other people like us to be discussing and thinking critically. Yes, so I just waffled on and probably not done a very good job of it, so check out our Instagrams so you can see the more carefully constructed words that we had on why we're doing this. But yeah, so that's been happening at the same time, and then I saw this book and I thought, yes, okay, great, another one, gonna pick that up, so that I can continue to be reading on that journey. So this has lots of stuff around, so it talks about who am I, what are my social identities, what is racism, privilege, allyship, solidarity. So I think it all looks really interesting, and as it's aimed, I think, at young people, it should be really accessible to read. So I will probably try and read that soon. Hopefully it wouldn't be too long a read. I can't stop looking at it actually. Look, the colours, it's so beautiful. Yeah, so that's it. That's all of the books that I bought in February. Today is the 1st of March, so I cannot buy any more books in February. That's done. I think I'm not going to officially go on a book ban in March, because we will be going on quite a big holiday, and I want to be able to buy books from kind of independent bookshops in the places that we're going, but I am going to try and not really buy other than that, and probably not request any books from publishers beyond that for that reason. I mean, I say this all the time, so who knows. In April you might get a video from me with like, yeah, I went and bought 50 books. Never mind. Let me know if you liked any of these books. If you don't like them, don't tell me yet, because I'm quite excited about them, so I don't want to know. If you did like them, let me know. If there are any other kind of similar recommendations, if you want more information about the Do the Work Book Club, I will link it all down below, so you can go and have a look and hopefully join us. Our first book is the Book of Unknown Americans, and we will be kicking that off on the 9th of March. Hello, Future Martha here. Very quickly, just to say that I recently hit 2,000 followers on my Instagram, which is very exciting, and I'm very chuffed with that. And so I am hosting a celebratory giveaway. You could be in with a shot of winning a book of your choice. It's open internationally, and it closes on Friday the 13th of March. So head over and enter via my Instagram channel, which I will link down below. Bye! Yeah, that's it. Hope you're having a lovely day. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you again soon. Bye!